Hello, hey, I wanted to do a short video on a dead role-playing game that I used to love as a kid, and I'd like to try and get back into it, although I will admit, I think I would probably use the Chaosium's basic roleplay rule system and overlay it onto the rules that are from this game, because I found the rules not very playable. It was difficult to play. But the game is, of course, Psi World. There was a movie called Scanners that you can still find now, and it involved characters with psionic abilities, and it was a really cool movie. And I don't know if it was the inspiration for this role playing game, but as a player and as a game master, you could really use that Scanners film to kind of create a universe for characters with psionic abilities. I will say the role-playing game was designed to where players could be with psionic powers or without psionic powers, and why would you want to not have psionic powers, man? You play this game to have psionic powers. So the box set, the game came as a box set, published by Fantasy Games Unlimited. And I should show the back of the box too. It was really cool. I love the cover art. That's what really brought me to the game initially. It's Bill Willingham and Matt Wagner doing a lot of the art for this game initially. Kind of a cool drawing. This is a Matt Wagner. That's a Willingham. I'm sorry. This is a Willingham illustration on the back. Clearly, she has some kind of mental powers that she's going to try and use on this detective or somebody, whoever he is here. But it was a really neat, well-designed game. The graphic design, the game mechanics, like I said, I found them a little mathy. It made it a little difficult for me to play. The rule book, has the same cover art, but in a grayscale. And I think, it's not a very thick book. I think it's probably only, it's all of these books that they published were only 32 pages. So I'm not sure if this is a complete box set. I believe it is, but the box set came with the rule book that contained everything you needed to play. Again, it's filled with great Willingham and Wagner art. Some cool stuff in here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So you can see some of the different powers and abilities here. Oops, flicking through pretty fast. But I always found that was a kind of a neat Wagner shot there. But some cool stuff. And the game, for being such a small game, it came with a GM screen. So this is a trifold, I think. Yeah, trifold screen. A little bit of stuff on each side. Player facing side, game master facing side. So kind of cool. It came with the. I didn't fold that right. Let me refold this. But some neat stuff came with that. And it came with an adventure. Matt Wagner art on the adventure there. Neat small adventure. Very short. Oh, and this one's only 20 pages. So this is the smallest book that they ever produced at only 20 pages. And it came with on a nice hard cardstock, a blank character sheet on a nice hard cardstock, which, and it's totally, separate. So it made it easy to photocopy. I did have a friend kind of help me do a little bit of photoshopping and stuff, and so we kind of remade the character sheet with this interesting logo that integrated some Matt Wagner art in it. But this is just for my personal use, so I've got that, and I've got a blank of this so I can use it. But so some character sheets, and then the game, as any box game, came with a little leaflet to advertise the other games that they make available that you can order from that company, Fantasy Games Unlimited. So, and so this is the box set. And what's interesting also about Psi World from a Dead Games collectible standpoint is that it didn't have a lot of support before it went out of print. So there's the box set, and then they had only published 3 separate adventures. Each one of these books is a 32-page book. But what's really kind of great is they really maximize their usage. So this first book, this first adventure, and as you can see from the box here, the product code on this it's number 2301, and so these books here you can see are 2302 and 3 and 2304, and that's it. This is, as far as I can tell, this is everything that's been produced for Psi World. So here in this first one, 2302, The Hammer Shall Strike, it's a 32-page book, color cover, black and white interior, and this has got a few new rules, some additional rules that you can add to the game, and it has 2 complete adventures. 2 adventures in 32 pages. Then, with the next one, this is the 2303. This is the Underground Railroad. Again, 32-page book, color cover, black and white interior. This has 3 complete adventures in a single setting, a location. So the Underground Railroad can be, you can tie these 3 adventures together into like a mini campaign. And then they built upon that with the 2304 module, Cause for War, 32 pages, color cover. This was a bit scuffed up, black and white interior. And this has 2 adventures, but it also uses the same or leads to the same location in Underground Railroad. So you can use the Cause of War modules, the 2 adventures that are in this, as a lead-in now, almost as a prequel to the Underground Railroad. So pretty cool. And because there's only this amount of stuff produced, it is easy as a collector to put your entire Psi World collection in the Psi World box. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Psi World is a really great concept for a game. I personally found the rules as written to be a little mathy and a little difficult to implement, so I personally would reskin it with Chaosium's basic roleplay. But other than that, it's a great game. Check it out.